Samady bận song cương chiến bạch nhạc bạch nhiên Samady cùng lần nia song cương bom ra ca bia Cambodia mai từng rực nia tiêm tia sân sê ray ai kêu riêng bồn áp yếm a thâm bát tay mai bao say đô đánh thay rẽ xa mình oi bờ tinh chim tiến một đua ta song bạc đồn ta thôn thiên chiết Khmer rèn a tinh rèn bom lư Cambodia Khmer ai thêm kia đong dài pa nhà nhớ bài sẽ tinh song cũng ăn không xa quạt lại ca chi việc phim rùng rương đầy dương tu dương khô khô dương Khmer trao lan song trung chiến khai ra nào ở trong đầu âm lại chung bờ chia đang bay Cambodia rung rung xem san chơi vô con nặng phải song cô chiên mà chất cái nặng bằng song cương chiên bạch nhạc bạch nhiên Samady cùng lần nia song cương bom ra ca bia Cambodia mai từng rực nia tiêm tia sân sê ray ai kêu riêng bồn áp yếm a thâm bát tay mai bao say đô đánh thay rẽ xa mình oi bờ tinh chim tiến một đua ta song bạc đồn ta thôn thiên chiết Khmer rèn a tinh rèn bom lư Cambodia Khmer ai kêu thêm kia đong dài pa nhà nhớ bài sẽ tinh song cũng ăn không xa quạt lại ca chi việc phim rùng rương đầy dương tu dương khô khô dương Khmer trao lan song cương chiến khai ra bao ngọt ở trong đầu âm lại chun ra chia đang bay Cambodia rung rung xem san
ជំរាបសួរអ៊ំពូមីងទាំងអស់គ្នាមកកាន់កម្មវិធីយុវជនថ្ងៃនេះយើងនិយាយជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសថ្ងៃនេះជាថ្ងៃអង្គារដើម្បីឲ្យអន្តរជាតិហើយនឹងបងប្អូនពួកគាត់អត់ចេះនិយាយអត់បានយល់ពីភាសាខ្មែរឲ្យយល់ពីបញ្ហាស្រុកខ្មែរជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសHi, welcome everyone to our show today on Tuesday from Los Angeles. Today we'll have a casual talk show with my guest, Linda. So welcome to our show. I would like to invite my guest to come in. Hello, Wong.
Samady, and hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our show. Very casual way. The show is called Khmer Youth Voices for Justice. So please join us. Please share our show. And if you are interested in joining our show, please let me know. Please let Samady know, and we will more than happy to invite you over and join our show. We do hope that the youth enjoy our show because this is purposely for the youth that speak English, and also we do have 6 days per week in Khmer, but this today just in English. So hopefully you can put in comment and engage with us. And thank you, Samady, for hosting today.
Yes, Bong. Just a casual talk show. Thank you for joining, Bong.
No problem. Thank you for having me, and thank you for hosting. As always,
Yes,
thank you.
Bong. My pleasure. Thank you. How you been, Bong?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. And for all our audience that is Buddhism, happy Vesak Mochia. Hopefully, I know it's one of the largest Buddhist celebrations. So if you are in Cambodia, hopefully you got a chance to go to the temple. In America, many temples will be celebrating tomorrow as well. So just a short version of that.
Yes, Bong. Thank you for bringing up traditional Buddhist, you can say traditional, not even holiday, but a traditional day. Everyone should go to the temple,
Yes.
so we can all have good karma, and
Yes.
for this life and the next life. And
So let
yeah,
me
Bong.
send hopefully our audience is Buddhist, and if you are not Buddhist, please listen and learn, because we do learn. We try to teach everyone. Tomorrow is which is tomorrow in America, but it's today in Khmer in Cambodia. Vesak Mochia is a day to celebrate for Buddhist community. So it's marking the birth, the enlightenment, and the nirvana of the Buddha. So what it means is like there you commemorate also the day that Buddha born. So he also died on the same day, but it's day not the same time. So he was died at 80 years old, and the UN also adopted a resolution which is 54/115 entitled International Recognition of the Day of the Vesak, so called a day to reflect peace as always. Also regarding faith and philosophy, and to promote cooperations across border, especially between religions, and regarding tolerance, friendship, and harmony. So it's also I believe the UN's already celebrated maybe yesterday or today, but the official day is on the May 22nd. Just a little bit of that.
Thank you for talking about detail into it, Bong. As recently, all over the place regarding Cambodia, there has been the split opinion regarding the canal system, the influence. Khmer people's like majority, some was able to think that these projects funded by the Chinese government will bring many economic benefit to our country, Cambodia, while some argue that, this will not, will increase the geopolitic influence inside our country. And that's one of the topic we are going to talk about. And also Cambodia, known as the safe haven for cybercrime. So that is another topic we will talk about. So first topic one, let's talk about the most recent one, which is the $1.7 billion projects in Cambodia.
Yep.
The
It's
Funan Techo Canal projects in Cambodia.
it's I don't know why we using that name when you talk about Techo or Techo, you thinking about Hun San, but unfortunately it's really good name. It's like a history. So
Mhm.
it's also known as Funan Techo Canal.
Yeah.
It is it's going to be 180-kilometer canal aimed to connect Phnom Penh to the coastal province of Kaip and ultimately the Gulf of Thailand. So the
Mhm.
project is primarily funded by China under the Belt and Road Initiative with the China Bridge and Road Corporation, so CBRC, And before I go any further, I want to let our audience know that we are talking about China. We're not against Chinese. We are not discriminating against Chinese. We are talking about China policy toward Cambodia, especially inside Cambodia. Just want to our audience. I don't want our audience to say, why are we talking about China? We must not like Chinese people. No, we are not. Again, we're not discriminating against Chinese people. We in Cambodia or anything else. We just only talking about the policy that China has on Cambodia, and also the reason why and not the reason the also the reason why Cambodia is very close to China right now, because our audience should know that China spend lots and lots of money, throw lots of money to Cambodia. And when China throw money, not because China want to throw money, because Cambodia need money, the regime need money, the regime need the support from China in order to stay in power for the almost 40 years. China supported Hun Sen. China support Hun Sen by throwing money at him. And what does Cambodia give China? Cambodia give China lots of casino, build a lot of casino in Cambodia, which is a hub for human trafficking, money laundering, so prostitutions, and also we're talking about that casino. And I lost count how many casino. It's everywhere. Casino is really big, and it is illegal to gamble in Cambodia. So the casino is catered to Chinese people, that basically Chinese tourism that come visit to Cambodia. So let me continue on the canal.
Yeah.
Sorry, can't sidetrack.
It's okay. I can keep you back on track. Since in Cambodia, a lot of especially core CPP supporter and most people even on Facebook, on social media, go to the extent of change their Facebook profile to put that they support the projects 100% next to their around their Facebook profile. They would like to brought up the economic impact and how is this canal projects expect to reshape Cambodia economic landscape, and what are the potential benefit and drawback to local community, people who live around those canal, and the national economy. That's the hottest topic that been brought up in Cambodia right now. And Hunmanite promised that it will boost the economy from a lower class to an upper middle class economy by 2050 with this project.
I'm sure somebody, if this project was so great and so good for the country, it would have built 40 years ago. It would have started since Hun Sen started as a prime minister. Why wait until 2024 to bring up this project again? So, and also when the Hun regime have been very tight knit with China, and also there's no benefit to Cambodian at all. $1.7 billion that China basically going to build this with Chinese money, with China money, 1.7 billion, and it's going to be under this canal going to be under contract, and I believe it's like 50 years. If I'm not, if I probably read wrong somewhere, but it's 50 years. You and I might not able to see when this canal going to be handed over to Cambodia at all, and if Cambodia really need water, if this canal build a canal can help with the environment. Basically, the neighbor country is very concerned about the environment, but the regime are really promoting this canal and saying it's good for the environment. If this canal is so good for the environment, why are they cutting down tree? Why are they taking out the lake and put the sand on it and build condo on top of it? If the water is very, if the lake and the river is so good for the country, why are they eliminated? I know if you go to Cambodia, you can barely see any more lake. any more water, and because it been those lake been putting sand on top of it, so that way they can build um, can build condo, can build houses, and to sell. So those are profit. If it's so benefit, and it's not benefiting because there's a lot of Cambodian going to be losing their land, because when you are building this canal, it's not a canal that built on empty land. It also need to take out people that live there as well. So there's absolutely no benefit at all.
Yes, Bong. Another hottest issues that being brought up with the canal is, as an opposition when we talked about our neighboring country, which is Vietnam in this case. If you brought, this is like a taboo word. If you brought stuff up about Vietnam, our neighboring country, you either get arrested or killed back in the day. And Hun Sen has recently came out and criticized the Vietnamese government by showing his true patriotic to nationalist toward Cambodia, and how he tried to explain that the relationship with the neighboring country, particularly Vietnam, could cause a shattered diplomatically between the two countries. And he also brought up that if Vietnam is not happy of the way this canal is built, that means they're just afraid that we no longer, relying on Vietnam to use their water route to transport our goods. So Hun Sen brought up the Vietnamese topic and create a nationalist movement. Do you think this is intentional, Wang, or he genuinely care about our country? So this is the first time he brought up Vietnam.
Almost 40 years. Anyone who dare to speak of Vietnam, whoever dare to speak anything bad about Vietnam, and when I'm talking about Vietnam, I'm not talking about, again, I'm not discriminating against Vietnam. I'm talking about the
Yes.
policy, Vietnam policy toward Cambodia. And anyone, if anyone just go to the border and look at the border and check where's the border lines at, or snoop
Mhm.
around, they will get arrested. And if you're talking about Vietnam, anything that touch Vietnam, you will get arrested in Cambodia. Um, and we know that Cambodia, the land is shrinking, really shrinking. So when Hun Sen talking about, oh, he doesn't need, Cambodia should be able to breathe on its own. They don't need Vietnam anymore. That is, he play into people psychology. He know that Cambodian has a conflict between Vietnam. So he playing into them, and he know that if he play into the way they feel of Vietnam, they will support him. They will support him with this canal on building this. Unfortunately, I'm not sure you are following his TikTok, his comment on his Facebook. He said there's a lot of Vietnamese coming to his TikTok page. He doesn't know when, um,
Yeah.
and cuss at him and all that good stuff. Um, unfortunately, he is so concerned about people cussing at him. People have been cussing him for the last 40 years. Why do you care now? Why do he care now of people cussing at him? He should be care about that the Cambodia, the land is shrinking. Our neighbor get their lands increasing while Cambodia land is shrinking. We're losing island to Vietnam. We are losing land to Vietnam, but he doesn't seem to care about that. But he care about when Vietnamese, probably a robot, go into his TikToks and cuss at him. And he called, I think, their foreign ministry or whatever it is in Cambodia to come and talk about it. That is a little everybody can see, like I said, um, playing where he using psychology to affect the people in Cambodia. He know that the people of Cambodia are not happy about Vietnam and not happy about Vietnam influence into Cambodia politics, influence into Cambodia everyday life, and
Mhm.
so he's using that. And like I said, he should care about the country. He should, like I said, land is shrinking. Should care about that versus caring about people cussing at him. He should be used to it by now. He's one of the leader. When you are in a position of leader, you should take the good and the bad and make it improve.
Thank you, Bong, for showing that this is strategically well organized by him.
Yes.
I'm over here thinking that, oh, finally, Cambodia truly have our own independence and no longer. Because during my uncle, my grandpa eras, they always told me that, Cambodia has always been under Vietnam. It's like another state under the control of the Vietnamese government since Pol Pot era. And another topic that people argue is the strategic significance. And what do you think regarding strategic implications of this canal project, Bong? The proximity of it is very close to Ream Naval Base, and I
Mhm.
just saw a few days ago CSIS, United States Research Institute, basically have a very clear satellite pictures of more naval base of Chinese large naval base and docking at Ream Naval Base. They said it's for training, and this infrastructure projects could it has a dual use purposes that extend beyond commercial shipping, like our prime minister argued on every time he get on live TV.
Um, One thing to point out, we as opposition, or we as someone who live outside the country, who looking inside into Cambodia, um, anything that Hun Sen say or going to say, um, it's usually mean the opposite, meaning we should take it the opposite. He say this project is benefiting Cambodian. You should know it's not benefiting at all. And if he benefited so much, he wouldn't be out there um, um, asking people to support it, and also playing how the mental playing against Vietnam, because he know the Cambodian people does not like the policy of the Vietnamese policy toward Cambodia. Um, you are correct, Samady. The Tet Jo Canal in Cambodia has potential to boost the China military presence in the region. The canal location and the design could facilitate the movement of Chinese military vessel from the Gulf of Thailand into inside Cambodia. So this would provide China with the strategic route to, deploy the naval asset deeper into Southeast Asia. So it have the ability to like project the power, have the power in the region. And talking about military, the canal project is, when we're talking about this, is Chinese funded canal, and it's being built in Cambodia. So including and we all know the, like you said, Ream Naval Base. Ream Naval Base also funded by China. So it is strategically connecting to each other. So the presence of Chinese military in Cambodia, it's very high, and that's the reason why it's bother other country around there. So by expanding Chinese military presence through the building of this canal, China brought a strategic object under the Belt and Road Initiative. So it's something that we should be concerned, very, very concerned. So beside the significant environment impact that we all talk about, and also not just environmental impact, it's land grab, like one of our viewers said. It's something that very going to enhance, but that what I'm going to say, enhance China military and strategic capability inside, I mean, around the South China Sea.
And regarding that, Bong, uh, there is I recently went to Copenhagen Summit for Democracy, and I saw KMD, the president of KMD, Her Excellency Musakua, she also went to Washington, D.C. too. And everywhere we go, I always see the topic of tech and democracy. In this case, they're talking about battling disinformation and cybercrime. And Cambodia, statistically, through research, is known to be the biggest country to hold cybercrime in Southeast Asia. Do you think this canal projects will create, a more easier access and for human trafficking and cybercrime from China directly to Cambodia?
I have no doubt. Now we have the naval base, but
Hmm.
we have casino. We have a lot of casino in Cambodia, and those are catered to Chinese tourists and also catered to money laundering, like human trafficking. And we all know that when we're talking about cyber criminal, according to UN High Commissioner for the Human Rights, um, they released a report in June of 2023, and it said that an estimate it's a really big industry that victimized over 100,000 people in Cambodia, and even the U.S. State Department also reported in June that it placed Cambodia in a tier 3, meaning the government have made very little effort to address human trafficking. Um, why wouldn't in I mean all these reports coming out that Cambodia is a host of cyber criminal, but at the same time, the regime is denying it. And there's a report that just came out. The report from the from the United States Institution of Peace, talking about transnational crime in Southeast Asia, a growing threat to global peace and security. And one of them is talking about Cambodia. So, and it's horrible that Cambodia keep me in the news regarding cybercrime, and it's very concerning. It's so. Let me see. I'm trying to find the article for you. And when we're talking about crime, we're talking about money laundering, and it's a lots of money, lots and lots and lots of money. We're talking about billion and billion of dollar that going going through Cambodia, dirty money. So let me see. So it said in
Um,
Cambodia, the return on cybercrime scamming is estimated to exceed 12.5 billion annually. So that's what the report said. And the criminal group mastermind this scam have set up a complex money laundering operation to move fund into formal economy, risking corruptions and major international financial institutions. We all know we've been talking about cyber criminal so many times. I think probably the last 2 to 3 years, and we always talk about oh rescue operations. We rescue this country, we rescue that country, but unfortunately, there's no real perpetrator that we get caught and put in jail. Talking about rescue, I think that's Indian. The embassy of India also came out with a issue a statement. Also, what happened? Let me try to
yes.
find it.
I also saw in articles the Indians was being tricked into working
Mm-hmm.
inside Cambodia and end up being kidnapped. And the minister promised to find their citizen and bring them back into India.
Yes.
Even though the government in Cambodia issued a statement saying that there has been measurement step being taken into prosecuting cyber criminal, but I don't think uh, they actually taking any step to or action into it.
Let me see when is this statement. Oh, I can see it on the 20th of May. So yesterday, talking about cybercrime. So this is so they are alerting their citizens. So the embassy of India in Phnom Penh issue out this statement, and they also warning their citizens to be careful. So Cambodia authority have informed us that around 60 Indian nationals have been sent from Sihanoukville to Phnom Penh today, so they could be sent back to India with the embassy assistance. So this is not just last time we're talking about Malaysia, Indonesia. Now we're talking about India.
Yes.
There's 60. This is the people that we consider rescuing. 60 Indian rescuing. What happened to the other 100,000 and thousand of people that get trapped in Cambodia?
Yes, well.
So when people talking about cybercrime, um, I'm not sure people know what's going on. Cybercrime in Cambodia is it's a growing problem because we're talking about this. So the country has become a major destination for human trafficking, with many victims being lured to by a promise of a well-paid job, only to be forced into working into a scam operation. So this scam involve the victim, who are often educated and also computer literate. They know how to use computer, being forced into conducting online fraud, targeting people globally. So so we're not talking about people that just I'm looking for job. These people are looking for high paying job and very educated, computer literate. They know how to use computer, and so they promise of this job that paying a lot of money in Cambodia. So when they get to Cambodia, they being locked up and they are forced to frauding at all over the world, conduct online fraud targeting people all over the world. So Cambodian government, which is the regime, have been criticized for their no action at all. So corruption playing a really big role in this, and we all know the reason where we can never find the real perpetrator, because there's a lot of money moving around, and like the U.S. international institutions of peace, $12.5 billion. It's a very big business for the regime. Why would they want to end this? Unfortunately, they done. So the latest one is yesterday. The embassy of India issue a statement for their Indian citizen to be very careful, especially offer the opportunity, the high paying job.
Regarding that, Bong, recently I saw Honmanite. He came to South Korea, claiming that he attract a lot of foreign investor inside the country and brought a lot of jobs, so he can improve Cambodia into an upper middle class by 2050, upper middle class country. However, we talk all about this cybercrime and the reputations of our country. One is security concern. Two is the reputations. Three is the economic instability, and the fourth one is the regular the challenges regarding following the law. Can authority follow the law, even though they have difficult time crack down on cybercrime? How are they able to promise those foreign investors that Cambodia will be a safe country? So do you think this will attract a lot of investor and improve our country economically?
I don't know why he need to attract investor when Cambodia have a 99% workforce. People have job in Cambodia, 99% already, according to the Ministry of Labor. So why the Cambodia need more investment? I don't understand that. And he been bragging about this country, that country investing, but he is talking to the Cambodian workers in South Korea, right? In South Korea, he should be ashamed of himself. The reason the reason those workers is in South Korea because there's no job in Cambodia. And speaking and bragging about attracting investor into Cambodia, while the people in South Korea is working labor They are not sitting in office. They are hard labor. People are working in the farm, work, and it's not easy. It's tough job, and he should be ashamed of himself to breaking stuff like that. And when the people that he breaking to is in other country, nobody want to leave their country and go to South Korea or Japan or Thai to work. The reason they crossed the border, the reason they flew over to South Korea and Japan, because Cambodia does not have enough work for everyone. Does has no work for 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 people, even though it's 90, according to the Ministry of Labor, people have job 99.99%. I believe we should just say 100% people have job. And if people have job, why would people cross the border to other country? And he should be, I don't know. I shouldn't be saying he should be ashamed of himself. Apparently, the whole family is not ashamed of anything. But it should be embarrassed to say stuff like that. People should be booing him. People in South Korea that listen to it. If he go to Japan, people in Japan should be booing him. That and he just not going to Japan, not going to South Korea. He spent a lot of money going to Korea and paying those people to go listen to him. That's a waste of national budget. Should have spent his money on health care in Cambodia, health care for the older people in Cambodia.
Yes, Bong. I agree with you on the topic of trying to boost our country and saying that he has a successful diplomatic relation with the Korean government of bringing job back into our country. I think we have 50,000 Cambodian working in South Korea, mostly a very physical demanding job. And we have another 2 million in Thailand, which is in this case, that's what I think they're referring to when they say 99.9% of the job. I think they still don't understand that those jobs is being provided by other country and not Cambodia.
And it's not a good pay. It's not a high. It's not a respectable job. It's labor. It's real labor job. It's very a job that the citizen of that country doesn't want to do. Like if you go to Thailand, when we say 2 million Cambodian working in Thailand, I think there's probably more than that. Those are people that documented. What happened to people that cross the border without documentation? There should be more than 2 million. And those are the job that the Thai people no longer want to do, because Thai people go to work in office. So all these labor job, all these low paying job end up on Cambodian doing it. And the same thing with South Korea. Most people working in a farm. Cambodia should be, after 40 years, we should be able to work in our own farm, in Cambodian farm, instead of keep importing produce, importing vegetable to Cambodia. The government, the ministry of whatever it is, that Ministry of Agriculture should able to tell people to have a farm. And also the Ministry of Agriculture, or Mr. Honmanat himself, should are able to export those products, able to find a market for our people to sell those. Every time when you see mango season, all the mango is, nobody buy them. And when you're talking about other fruit, it's there's no market there. Instead of them spending money, spending time, having their supporter, or what they call the paid supporter, listen to them, they should have that money, spend those money and talking to other people in other country, having an international relationship in order to export our product, export our produce, export our rice, and not just exporting little, exporting a lot. So our people from South Korea can be able to work in the farm in Cambodia versus in South Korea.
Regarding working, Bong, if I remember correctly, I think it was last month when one of this tycoon, rich Chinese tycoon, is being wanted by the Chinese government. However, just after that news come out, Hun Sen has recently promoted the tycoon to be his, I think, his personal advisor. What do you think of that, Bong? I promoting a Chinese citizen to become a high-ranking Cambodian officials within the government.
It's not surprise. He's not only promoted foreigner
Mhm.
foreigner criminal into Cambodia and promote anyone to be an advisor. He also promoted people in Cambodia that responsible for destroying tree, the responsible destroying human nature, promoted to be his advisor and help them give them title from tycoon to I don't know Neoknya, what is that called? From Oknya to Neoknya, tycoon
Yeah.
to super
Dukes.
tycoon, I guess. Um, so it is very unfortunate that people that surrounding him, who what we call advisor, are people that are criminal, committed crime, and in America, you line up yourself with people that similar to you. So people around him is a criminal. So we can say that it's safe to say he probably won himself.
So do you think Cambodia could be a corporate or a business empire that built on crime? Basically, that's how they
Yes, yes.
able to boost the economy.
It's not losing economy. All the crime in Cambodia. We talk about cyber crime. We're talking about casino. We're talking about money laundering. We're talking about human trafficking. Those are things that benefited the regime, benefit their pocket. $12.5 billion annually. That's the money that benefit them. It does not benefit the people of Cambodia, and those are causing chaotic into Cambodian society. Um, and it's very unfortunate that the head of state, Hun Sen and Hun Manet, is responsible for that.
Hmm. Yes, it's just unfortunate, Bong. And today's issues we have talked about the real naval base and how it's related to cybercrime. So it's all related, link into one another, from the canal to cybercrime and to real naval base in geopolitics. And all of this is no coincidence. Chinese just doesn't throw $1.7 billion and without expecting any result. And I think uh, this project is supposed to go down through Cambodia and then connect through Vietnam and then to the South China Sea, which is the Philippines and close to Taiwan. And in this case, we see such a strong reaction from the Vietnamese government in rejecting these projects because they see it will bring them no benefit, and as a result, it will increase the geopolitics of Chinese influence in Southeast Asia. Do you have any more topic you want to cover, Bong?
Yeah, we are pretty much covered on how China influenced into um, and Cambodia, and that caused when we're talking about we promoting democracies and human rights in Cambodia, that causing that because China throw money at the regime, and because of their money, the regime is able to do endless. So basically, ban opposition. So the money that the regime use is to go against the opposition. So there's no such thing as democracies and human rights in Cambodia. But I want to our audience, like I said, every time I'm here, I'm always asking our audience to support us, to help us. And one of the things that we are working for in America is HR 4659 and S2331. So we still have until the end of the year. Every time the bill come up, it have a life of 2 years. So we are working on this. So we want the Congress and also the Senate to pass the bill. So that way, the bill is called the Cambodian Democracies and Human Rights Act of 2023. When the bill passed, it will sanction the people that are responsible for destroying democracy in Cambodia and not respecting human rights. And when we're talking about those people, are people that related to the Khmer, the people that in the highest, basically the state, Hun Sen, and all his military around that, and sanction. When we're talking about sanction, we're not sanction normal Cambodian, ordinary Cambodian in Cambodia. We are sanction people that responsible for destroying democracy, that ban opposition, and talk about free, fair elections. And one of the items that we bring to the table when we're talking to Congress and Senate, we are talking about how China influence in Cambodia. And the influence that we're talking about is something that it's not just China coming into Cambodia, offer Cambodia money, offer $1.7 billion to build a canal, offer to build Ream Naval Base, offer to build Siem Reap Airport, offer to build the Raseko Airport. Those are not free, and there's nobody will give money for free. But because China benefit, Hun Sen benefit from China, China benefit from Cambodia. It's not a one way, it's a both way, but China benefit from Cambodia, and that benefit China in Cambodia also that relate to Ream Naval Base, and also the canal is something that not just affecting Cambodia, it's going to affect geopolitics in the South China Sea.
Regarding airport, you brought up a good question, Bong. Chinese invested in the newly built Angkor Wat Airport. And I think I see an article somewhere, I think posted by Mr. Samady. He compared the Philippine airport, which have countless flights, and it costs around $200-300 million, while the Angkor Wat Airport costs around almost $1 billion to build, and has the least flight route to different countries in Southeast Asia. Do you think this is a waste of money and resources, and that doesn't have many route flying to Angkor Wat, while in the Philippines it only costs $200-300 million budget? However, they bring more to the economy, and all of this has been owned by, yes, that's the comparison, Bunk. What do you think about that?
When you look at this, when we look at Siem Reap International Airport, it costs $880 million. And you're talking about the airport in the Philippines, it's cost $197 million. This is the reason why it's called corruption in Cambodia. Why does it cost money to so much more money to build an airport than in the Philippines? Why is that? And it's say 200 million versus 900 million. So where's the other money go? Into the pocket of the regime. So the airport is, the site is 10,000 square meter for level terminal. It used 2,367 hectares. We use 700 hectares, where the size of the Philippines is 2,367 hectares. So it's 3 times the size of Cambodia airport, and it's only cost $197 versus $880 million in Cambodia. So what happened? What happened to the rest of the money? And this is what we're talking about when we're talking about corruption. When you said, when people said, it's happened everywhere. This is what corruption look like. This is the reason why. And I forgot how many years. Maybe I think it's 38-year contract with the Chinese government before it become Cambodian. Instead of 38 years, we could have just only contract for like 10 years where we can see the benefit of this, but unfortunately it costs $880 million and it's only 700 hectares of land versus in the Philippines 2,360 hectares of land and only cost $197 million. So you can see people corruption at its best.
Yes, Bong. And I feel like the regime is not the one that paying for those. I think it's the Cambodian citizen who, barely make ends meet that had to pay taxes in Cambodia.
Paying to use the airport, they have to pay the road to drive on the airport, pay the
Yeah,
parking. Oh, if you for example you driving to this Siem Reap airport and you say, oh my God, you don't know the road, you go into the airport and you don't even go to the not getting on a flight, you just drive by, it's cost you money. So I hope our audience understand that corruption costs a lot of people money, a lot of normal ordinary citizen lots of money. Like the clear example is that airport, clear example. And you have to wondering what happened to the money, where the money, the regime, the corruptions, 880 millions versus 197 million. That's a lot of difference. And those money corruption just go and support the regime, support their power, support. They are not staying in power for 40 years, almost 40 years, because they're smarter, they stronger, no, because they have more money, they have military, and they corruption at its best.
Yes, Bong. This is pure corruptions, and I think the government just they are hoping that after building this airport, it will connect them more with Chinese tourists in Southeast Asia to have an easy route to Angkor Wat. And in return, it is owned by a Chinese company, while the Philippine airport owned by the government of the Philippines. So huge difference between those two.
Yep.
You have any more topic you want to talk about, Bong?
No, we are good for today, Samady. Thank you for being the host today. Thank you for being here, and also thank you, our audience, for tuning in. I hope you watch. People might not watch it while it's live, but I know many people watch it after our live. So thank you so much for always tuning in. Please ask Samady and I any questions you have. Samady is all over the place. Samady is advocacy for democracy, promoting the democracy for Cambodia. So he's traveling a lot. So we are lucky to have him host the show today, being with us today. But at the same time, please let us know. I will also looking to have you join our show, you join our organization. So if you have kid and you think are youth at heart, please give me your number or let me know. I would love to have you promote democracies and human rights in Cambodia. Like we talk about today, there's no such thing as democracy. There's no such thing as human rights in Cambodia. When you're talking about banning the opposition, when you're talking about silencing the opposition or silencing anyone that against the regime. So that is no there's no such thing as that. So I want, and that's what I want to leave everybody. But I don't want people to say, oh, you guys just saying it. No, it's not. It's something that it's a serious, very serious that Cambodia. And we, today we didn't even talk about the arrest of one of the opposition party leader recently. That's very unfortunate thing, and the arrest of opposition, the arrest of social society and people that and care about the environment, people care about the country. Anyone who dare to even talk about that about the country. But if you talk about thank you peace, if you talk about how peaceful Cambodia is, how such peaceful and development Cambodia is, then you are okay. But if you talk about other things about human rights, about democracy in Cambodia, talking about the border, especially the border between Cambodia and Vietnam, you will be in deep trouble.
Yes, Bong. I have hopes due to the fact that Cambodia, still have a lot of improvement, and I have hopes that recently, wherever we go to advocate for our motherland, there's a lot of people interested in the country, and they hope that Cambodia one day will have make a U-turn toward democracy and have free and fair elections.
And we cannot just sit there and hope. We have to do something. We cannot just sit here and pretend. These are in front of you. These are people that got arrested recently. You can see 5 days, 6 days ago, 9 days ago, 13 days ago, and these are people who from a different political party that got arrested, and just for promoting democracies and human rights in Cambodia. So anyone who promoting that, anyone talking about border is considered incitement, and causing peace in Cambodia. So I hope you are able to look at this. Currently, there's a list, and it's not just one party. It's Candlelight Party, Khmer Real Power, National Power Party, um, and you're talking about Khmer Student Intelligence League Associations, and you're talking about political activists, not even a candidate, it's an activist, talking about union leader, you're talking about social commentator, he's been in prison twice already. I'm talking about woman, any woman, I mean, and also we're talking about Terry saying she's an American, there's a picture of an American citizen that sentenced, a political activist been sentenced to 6 years in prison. Talking about LRSU union leader Jim Sita sentenced to 2 years in prison. And the list go on. And these are people that are bravely talking about democracy in Cambodia, that bravely every day go against the regime, meaning saying the truth, point out the truth. But unfortunately, under the slogan of thank you peace, everyone are not allowed to speak the truth. Anything you talk about, anything you complain about in Cambodia, you can live your life happily in Cambodia with your with duct tape over your mouth. But if you have a comment, if anyone say anything about the regime, say anything about the policy, or especially say anything about the border, they will get arrested. So these are the list of people, and these are, unfortunately, they are in jail because of their activists, or considered political activists, and they are political activists, but because they are considered the incitement. I think that's the famous law, is incitement, color revolutions. That's one of the popular charges in Cambodia.
Yes, Bong. And they all like Gumsaka 27 years, Saint Thierry 6 years in prison. However, at World Liberty Congress, when I went to Copenhagen, I'm very happy to see that people still advocate for her. They still working so hard to make sure that her name is being brought up when we go to Washington D.C. Like I think I see a clip of Steve Chabot questioning Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, saying that urge him to bring up those names when he talked with the regime diplomatically.
And these are people inside Cambodia that's currently in prison, and there's people that there's name like Her Excellency Moses who being sentenced to 47 years in prison, and she won to go in to serve her sentence, but unfortunately, they would not let her because they know, she's very vocal in regarding human rights, regarding women. She's care about women issue, and um, that's talking about Her Excellency Musuho. We're not talking about um, Samrangsi, Mr. Samrangsi. I lose count. I think he's probably over 100 years in jail, sentence for various reasons, for bogus reason, for any reason that they could think of. And when we're talking about democracy in Cambodia, you have to understand that the regime has the power to the court. The regime has the power over the lawyer. So whatever the regime say, it's black, it has to be black, and if it's white, it has to be white. So that's the current situations, and it's been going on for almost 40 years.
Yes, Bonk. Our time is up. First, I would like to thank our audience for staying until the end and watching the live. And I would like to thank you, Bong, to be my guest today. And I think we cover a lot of topics today, Bong.
Thank you, Samady, for being our host, and thank you, our audience, for being here. I hope you share our show. It's just for the purpose of bringing what's going on in Cambodia. There's a lot of good stuff that happened in Cambodia as well, but at the same time, the cloud of 40 years of running the country for 40 years, of passing or handling the prime minister position to his son, and it's not just his son. Other ministry is being handed also to the son of the previous people that actually work. So it's so many issue. And what I always say, in America, when a baby is born, you always say, oh, he can be the president of the US. He can be anything you want. In Cambodia, there's no such thing, because they already said already that the son is the prime minister, his grandson is going to be the prime minister. So the chart already laid out, and for anyone who even dare to dream of being the prime minister, or dare to being in one of those seats in the ministry, of anything, ministry of military, ministry of labor, it's not possible, because you people don't have connections. So the poor people in Cambodia can only study hard, but can never achieve, or can never get to where they're getting, as where we are in America, where we are, study hard, work hard. You can have the American dream, but they cannot
Yes.
do that in Cambodia.
Yes. Thank you, Bong, Akun Bong, for coming, and thank you to our audience.
Thank you,
And
everyone. Hopefully, you have a great evening and have a good weekend. Okay, thank you.
thank you.